Welcome to Copa Tanga 2025 from the sands of Castelldefels, a wonderful beach tournament put on by Sexxxpensive year after year, and this year's edition, another cracker. The sun has finally come out, and we've got a women's round in front of us. Two national clubs, both I think still in selection process. Spain taking on Poland. We saw half of Poland last week at Paganello. This is the other half, only one common player. I'm Stefan Rapazzo alongside Richard Harris. He's having his first run in the commentary booth, so happy to have him along. How you doing, Richard?
Yeah, hi Stefan, happy to be here. Yeah, good, thank you. It's the weather has brightened up this afternoon. It's still a bit breezy, but at least the sun's out. So yeah, looking forward to this one.
So Spain and Poland. Surely you've played these national teams before. Both of us not overly familiar with these two variations before, or exactly. And we've just got the announcement. Game is on. It's 2 minutes past, but there's the announcement as one of the players I know, Carolina Navasa, sends the pull, but goes out of bounds. Spanish style, what do you expect watching Spanish Ultimate generally, Richard?
I think my experience with them has always been there. Tends to be a lot of hard running, quite well organised. To be honest with you, I don't really know. I think once watch a point or two, we'll probably see. I think my memory from playing Spain is always they're a very hard running team.
Hard running. I think their beach, maybe they get a bit more of a beach style because they do mimic the Spanish football club. They got that tiki-taka style. You keep it moving, get it moving, keep it moving. They show a zone and a swatting hand block to get them the disc immediately into the possession.
Yeah, that was a fantastic hand block by number 16 there. It's really good.
Just shuts the lane down, and now the Spaniards from the far sideline, nice around to the number 6 shirt. She gives the high release, but too much, and another turnover. Poland will go again.
Yeah, that was definitely the right look. Just unfortunately, just not quite found the player there, but it was a nice shape, looking good.
Poland moving it into the red zone themselves now. De Bunya sends it forward. The foot down by Triblicka, and that's all alone. And Charazur for the goal.
Yeah, that was really patient play there from Poland, especially where they were on the sideline there. But showed a really nice composure. Just found the open man or lady in my case. Very sorry about that. And yeah, 1-0 Poland and an upwind score as well.
So Richard, you're done with your international ultimate. It seems you've retired from the top end. You're here at Copa Tanga. Who are you playing with? How did it come to be?
Yeah, so I'm playing here in the mixed division with Old Sandy Bastards, which is a obviously mixed team, mainly made up of people like me who maybe 10 to 15 years ago were playing a lot, and we tend to get together every year and come to this tournament. So it's good fun.
And am I right that your international days are done? Will you go in the Masters, the Grand Masters, any of that? Is that something in the Richard Harris future? You're pretty happily retired.
Oh, I don't know. I'd say never on that one.
All right, we'll keep our eyes peeled for that as Christina Navasa anchors the attack. Nice throw, leads to the number 13 shirt. Nice layout and all inbounds on the landing. Centered and bounces off the wrist.
Yeah, that was lovely flowing offense there from Spain. Just working really hard to get open down the open side. Just, again, right throw, just didn't quite connect, but really positive there from Spain.
Yeah, I wouldn't be shaking my head or pointing fingers at all after that one. Just take a breath and do it again. Deep shot goes, and that one way too much on it. That's the captain, Ola Marszalek, and she's the only one that was at last week's Paganello and this one, so the prime selector for the fates of the rest.
Yeah, I think probably maybe the right look there. It's but obviously it's a hard throw to hit downwind. Really hard to make the disc sit long enough. And but you know, let's see what Spain can do coming back upwind.
They looked so good on the last possession until one unforced error. Moving it up and firing, and that looks like it's just too far. I thought it looked good, but the wind pushed. How do you assess this wind right now, Richard?
I think the good thing about it is it's quite a constant speed, which should mean you can kind of sit it into the wind a bit easier. I think if it gets gusty, it'd get really difficult. But again, that was really nice from Spain. I think they worked the disc really well there. I think if they can score this upwind, I think they'll have a lot of confidence going into the rest of the game.
Well, they've had 2 chances where they've thrown it into the end zone, but have not connected. Poland now coming the other way. Woloshiewicz. Oh, and the wind got all of that one.
Yeah, that was a really good example there of a really good force middle and getting the position right on the dump so that they just had no option. That was a really good bit of defense from Spain there.
So Navasa, one of the 3 female siblings that all play on national team. Bid and nice pickup. I loved the landing hand on that one. Went down early and allowed her to keep the catching hand up while hitting the ground. And 3 throws later, nice lateral movement for the goal.
Yeah, I think you can't stress enough how valuable the dump and swing is on beach as well. That was just textbook play there from Spain to just hit it on the front corner, front cone. Yeah, really good. Really nice.
Great stuff. Here's another look at the finishing touches. That layout I loved. 2 catches earlier. Nice and easy there.
Yeah, just really good example of moving the disc quickly across the field so that, you know, the defender struggles to reposition themselves. Yeah, it was a really nice point there from Spain.
Nice stuff. That makes it 2-1 Spain. And 6 minutes in, kind of grinder points here. That last point took some time, about 5 possessions, I believe. So a bit of a grinder. Let's see how things settle. But the upwind spot, I mean, it's crosswind, but yes, mostly pushing right to left on your screen.
It'll be interesting to see which team can hold their nerve and score that downwind break.
Here's Chablichka. She would be one, in my opinion, who would be a walk-on to this team. She's had many great years with troubles. Oh, then there's a look at what she can do. That beautiful throw into space with shape and time to catch up to, and then reads well with her toes going the other way. And another pretty much identical throw. That one wobbled a bit more, but effective nonetheless, and a response by Poland.
Yeah, that was a lovely point there from Poland. Just again, just not panicking, just hitting the open pass. And then, yeah, I mean, they had 2-on-1 in the end zone there.
Is this your first Copa Tanga, Richard?
No, I've been to, I think this is my 5th. Yeah, I think I first came here 2017, then again following year, and yeah, it's always been really good. I used to go to Paganello a lot, and so I've always enjoyed like the beach tournaments, and I think this is a really well-run event. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it's good fun. This is my first one, so I've heard so much about it, but I've been playing so much in the last couple of years, and with streaming, until we're here to stream it, then it's tough for me to get here, so we're super stoked that we got a stream now at Copa Tanga. It's the good stuff. 2-2, we're into one. And a turnover early in the point, and Poland had a little bang on the mark there, but Poland do get the benefit of the doubt there and get a break.
Yeah, no, it was interesting to see because both teams have worked the disc so well upwind there, but Poland with first blood, so to speak. Let's see if how Spain responds to that one.
I think I've maybe before the game I believed that Spain was going to be better. That's a great
Alexei
touch
und ich habe Players
defense. And I think I've believed that Spain has played a little bit better. So I'm a little bit surprised that it's Poland out in front, but I don't want to take anything away from them. They are working hard. They're getting a bounce or two going their way. They're getting a few of those over top throws in the last possession, a little wobbly, and they're making them work. So on them, despite my disbelief, it's only a mild disbelief. I'm not totally against them.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you. I think for the first, let's say 5 points in, but Spain have looked like just technically slightly stronger. But sometimes that's not what it's about. It's just taking your chances when you have them and executing. And that was really, really nice from Poland. So let's see what happens on a. Oh, that's nice. Oh.
It was again. It's so nice that the majority of that possession from start till that last throw was very beautiful, and I think that's why we're getting this impression. It's maybe a prettier brand of ultimate that they're playing a faster moving, changing the angles, but they are missing on these throws for score. And Poland, let's see if they can take advantage again. This one floats just a bit too much and knocked away.
That's a great D there from Spain to get the disc back. I think on their last turnover, the throw that they had for the score was a really hard throw to execute downwind. And they might want to just think about the angles they're creating on those downwind throws, because hitting someone running straight away from you downwind is one of the toughest throws, especially on beach. Yeah, so if they can create some slightly wider angles on those downwind throws like that one there, they'll have a much better chance of getting. There they go, that's a really good example. Rather than hitting someone running straight away, they're hitting someone at more of an angle. It's such an easier pass to make.
They're making it easy for your throwers with the shape of your cuts. They do it in eventuality there. The Spanish women evade getting broken and run one in on their second effort. They had to go the whole field to do it. But that finishing touch there, Navasa with the throw, levels things up. We're 3-3 on the board, 11 minutes in. Navasa, and she was off and running. I think she wanted it. It didn't go. Now far sideline. Takes the dump, and now centered. Couple lateral cuts. Takes it late. And Spain just filling and resetting in the backfield now, chipping meters towards that end zone. And there it is, all too easy.
Yeah, I think I felt like on that point, being that Poland hadn't played that many downwind points and Spain had, I fancied them to score. And again, that offense was so nice. It was so clinical, so calm. They cleared space for each other so well there as well. There's only ever one cutter in the lane. They broke the mark really well. That was a really nice point from Spain.
Big point, that upwinder as well. So they always feel like they count for more. They don't, but they do. They're the momentum you get from them, the confidence you get from them. They are wind in the sails when you're playing into that wind. It's like the sixth defender sometimes.
I definitely think if you look in between points, the whole Spain squad is getting involved in what's going to be called for the point, whereas on Poland's side, I know they're a little bit shorter, but they're not. They don't seem to be all as one unit. And I think again that these little things that good teams do can really make a difference in tight games. So.
And of course, the Spanish beach program, some of the best. Did it stay in? Yeah, with the run. So it did go out. Chiblichka will bring it in. And walk it to the brick mark. So you're in the mixed division then?
Yes, yeah. It's I always quite enjoyed playing mixed. Actually, it's a little bit different from open, obviously, but yeah, it's really good fun though. It's a good it's a good division to be part of and be involved in.
The majority of your playing days were with Clapham, were in Open?
Oh yeah, and in fairness, my first ever time I played for Great Britain was in mixed, which was amazing. That was a long time ago now, but yeah, the majority has always been with Clapham.
Gotcha. So no stranger to the division, but maybe not your most frequently played. Czebliczka winds up and sends. She's got a cannon, but I think that sideline's creeping up a bit too quick. Like the effort, she did try and drag the toe.
Yeah, that was a really good effort there. Just, again, great throw. Just, I dare say the wind probably played a factor then, just pushed it a bit too far for her on that occasion. But yeah, she's got a hell of a backhand, hasn't she? That's great.
So the Spaniards will take the slow saunter to pick up. And put it into play. Fired in. Beautiful red hot throw to get the inbound. Then the next throw, they try to reconnect and miss. The shot for goal hits, and Poland again takes advantage of a Spain mistake and are staying in this neck and neck because of it.
Yeah, that was unfortunate for Spain. They did really well to get the disc off the line and then just had a slight miscue in the middle of the field. And then just a moment of letting the defenders just got their heads down for half a second, which gave Poland enough time to just run a quick end zone play. And there we go, we're tied up again, aren't we?
Certainly our four-piece here. Poland staying in it. I was talking to Rue Vital, one of the TDs here, one of the main men of Sexxxpensive, and his belief was that this Spain team will be in the final in the women's division. So that's big ups for Poland right now to be swinging with them early in the game. The other Navasa, there's two of them out there. That's Christina Navasa. Send deep, no, yeah, oh. I thought there was maybe a chance to launch at the very end there, but heck of a run.
That was actually a really nice cut from number 13, was it? Yeah, really nice cut. Just, again, just as you said, just maybe timed her layout slightly late on that one, but very close.
And big shot. I thought it was going deep, but it got cut off by some high hands in the middle of the field. Then moved on to Jaush Madej. And now trying to get it off the sideline, but not with that. That is yoinked out of the sky and then centered. Nice around, that lefty flick comes out nice. Navasa and to the lady wearing the French Frétinier jersey for the goal, and Spain back up by 1.
Yeah, again, really nice D from Spain. Poland looked really good there, but I think they advanced the disc really quickly, but then they kind of got a bit caught behind where not enough players kind of cleared through and enabled them to find a continuation pass, which just stifled their offense. Then Spain did really well to just get a bit of a sideline trap over on the far side from where we're sitting. Yeah, really good D from Spain there, nice.
Yeah, great D and quick counter-attack. I like that as well. That lefty forehand break by the number 13, I thought really compromised Poland's defensive transition there and made the last 3 easy, you know, decent separation and super low stall counts to finish the job.
Especially on, well, I think on any surface, but even more so on beach, the quicker you move the disc, the harder it is for the defenders.
Delivery.
Oh, goodness, we've got a delivery from LP and the Bling crew here. And it is delicious. We got Beast, Box, and LP. Would you like a sip, Harris?
I'd love some.
Richard Harris stepping in on the mic for us today. Thank you very much to Bling. They'll be up next on your streams, so make sure you stay locked in and locked on. And it is Poland running it back. Debunya from her own end zone. Babula Dida, sorry. think I know her Instagram tag, and it's something like that. Chablichka, though, here.
Spicy.
What are the Spaniards doing here?
Well, it looks like they're just playing quite a basic zone, but they're being really aggressive with anyone that's crashing the cup. So Poland, in my opinion here, need to be moving the disc really quickly and not let themselves get trapped on that sideline. So the quicker they can move the disc, the easier they'll find it to break through this zone.
Bambuladida gets it again. Sends near side. I think they've just about navigated it, and that's the problem with the zone in the sand. As soon as it's compromised, you can't get out quick enough on the beach sometimes with the smaller field, and I think that's what cost them the goal in the end. It looked good in the big half of the field and very compromised on the tight half.
Yeah, I think there was one moment when they had Poland trapped on the far sideline where it looked like they might get a turn, but again, some great composure there from the handlers, and quite quickly got the disc moving, and then none of them were holding on to it for maybe more than a second or two, which is why Spain never recovered, and in the end, quite an easy goal.
Easy goal makes it 5-5. And the more I see it, the more I'm now believing in Poland a bit more with each new point. And yes, they've had a few that have been with the bounces, but I think the more they've stayed in it, the more they're believing in themselves as well, and are playing up to the competition. And you got to love that.
Yeah, for sure. They're really playing really, really well. And I think, again, on a day like today where there's a little bit of wind, they're doing a great job. I think this is going to go all the way, I think.
Yeah, let's hope it does. We like the wire-to-wires. We haven't hit halftime yet, so even taking half will be huge in this game before we get to the potential to wrap this one into the win or loss column. Nice big steps out to the brick. Oh, and Navasa gets away with one there. That should have been picked off, but it does end as a completion. Carolina Navasa.
Yeah, they did really well there because they lost their shape, but again, just really good composure with the handlers. Like, they never look overly flustered, like just there as well, just calling someone through, finding the next pass. That's a great D there from Poland.
That is a great D, great layout D. Love to see it through the body. There may be some consideration for a foul call there, but I like it on the offensive player's part to say no. They got in front of me. There's no way I would have had that. Sure, there's a little bit of incidental contact going in the same direction, and I like the no call on plays like that.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's always difficult, but I think sometimes you know that if the pass wasn't kind of out in front of you and you're both fighting for the same space, you need to just accept that the defender does really well there.
Yeah, I got burned, whether my fault or the thrower's fault or whatever, but it is what it is. Here comes into the middle quick, and ooh, that's a sticky hand. That was high and a little bit out of the range. She's gone and thrown it. Richard had no belief in that, but it comes off, Richard.
Yeah, I was a bit dubious over that one, but again, that's why they're such a good team. I think that's that was actually perfectly executed when you actually think about it. It was high release up into the air so that the wind doesn't push it into the floor. It was a great throw.
Yeah, there it is again. I think I'm absolutely with you there. Like, as a coach, I would have been near breaking a clipboard over my knee to see that throw going off. Why would you do that? And then it's thrown perfectly, great shape in the wind. Lands on the money, and this is what Poland just have been doing all game long, like making you believe that the lower percentage stuff is, one, it works, and two, maybe part of their identity. A little bit like the moon catchers, perhaps. Maybe not as audacious with the throw choices, but just the stuff that is not part of the more common game planning nowadays.
Yeah, well, they were doing in their warm-up earlier. They were actually practicing those upwind, downwind throws. So I imagine they were feeling quite confident when that opportunity came up to hit the pass, which is great.
So a throwaway there will give Poland a break chance to tie, to go ahead by 2. Goodness. So they are in the driver's seat here, and to take half as well, Richard. You are absolutely right here. But yeah, they have taken this game right now. They're looking very good.
Yeah, they're looking very strong. I think they're obviously a slightly smaller squad size, which might play into a game like this, like getting a few more reps and getting into the rhythm, whereas Spain obviously have a lot of players which can disrupt your offensive flow a little bit sometimes.
Yeah, when it comes to winning as well, it's probably not a high, and what a blast that has come out. Oh, a bit too far. And it's going to switch back, so Spain will have a chance to tie it. But when it comes to winning, maybe not what Spain came here for. And any national team, they want to get their reps. They want to see their lines. They want to change things up. So they're not necessarily going to abandon their system to shorten lines in a game like this. So this is a bigger test. They've got to really win this with all of their depth right now. Let's see.
Yeah, and I think if they're here to use their squad and learn some lessons, like you learn so much more from a tough game and a tough loss than you do going out and beating everybody. So, you know, if they're here and they're thinking about the long game and the end goal, which I imagine is to have a really good result at Worlds, this is the kind of thing that they almost want. They should be pleased they're in this situation.
Yeah, you're right there. Another D by Poland. And a great around break forehand now to Chablicka. Dida pushes up the sideline, and Chablicka launches again, and I think the look over the shoulder took her off her line there and could never catch up again to the huck.
Yeah, again, really nice offense from Poland. I think they almost need to have a bit more faith in their ability to just take a few more passes and just hit the front cone and score an easier goal there, because they're playing great.
Indeed they are. Navasa to the disc on the pickup here.
Really slow ball. We all know that one, don't we?
Make sure you guys are very well set up by the time I turn around here.
Get some air in your lungs.
And Navasa has it tapped in, and we're underway. Takes the open dump and gets the upline. Strong, sticky hands. Up line and into the middle. This looks like a beautiful possession. Each pass, low stall counts, nothing over 3. And they just keep changing the angle of attack. They're quite organized with their anticipation cuts. And yes it is for goal. Number 13, she's been impressive all game long. And another goal to her name now.
Yeah, that was a fantastic point there from Spain. They did so well to work it the whole way down the field. And what I think they did really well was when they hit some very big, long passes quite early, and they did really well to get all their players through so that they could continue to flow. Because it's very easy on beach, especially when the discs move forward, to sort of not work really hard to continue moving the disc forward. And again, no more than 2 seconds on each possession of the disc there, so it was just so hard for Poland to make any adjustments and stop them from scoring. So again, this is a tight one.
6-6 before half. Do you know what we call this, Richard? A game to half where it's tied? Like tie game with 1 to go is universe. Do you know the name that we're now given the 6-6 to half?
Is it like Galaxy Point?
He's with it. See, everybody's got it now. Galaxy Point is the thing. We've got it up on the screen now for you. Galaxy Point in front of you. Everything for the half. And we've seen enough breaks. We've seen enough holds. Like, it's gone back and forth in both senses. Been a couple 2-point leads, a couple tie games, a couple 1-point leads throughout. So let's see how this shakes up. I always say it's good practice for Universe. Through the middle. Fakes the pop pass backhand. Then goes back to the captain, who hauls it in. Marcelek, and sent deep and turned there. Spain will get a chance.
Yeah, I think this is just for me where Poland and Spain, there's still a little different. Poland have just lacked a bit of composure now. They've had a chance on the last point and here, and both times they've taken a shot to the end zone that I think if they had a little bit more faith in their systems, they would just be able to walk it in. And again, this is a really good learning experience for them because they're going to have opportunities like this so much when they go to Worlds.
Spain now get it to the midfield. Fire back, a big dump, but get it upfield again, 1 throw later. Deep breath seam there even before the throw, and then pitch it to the sideline. Backhand into the middle, that's a fiery throw. And pops it over. And again, playing in the backfield, taking their time here. Nothing too risky. But the longer this point goes, the more fatigue you'll see in the leg. They send. Will it work? Indeed it will. And Spain take half. Great half so far. Nice point there by Spain.
Yeah, that was a really good point. And again, it just shows a slight difference in composure under like a real bit more pressure there, where again, they had a few moments where they could have maybe shot to the end zone, but they stayed faithful in their systems. They found someone in the middle of the field with a really nice inside break, and then they were flowing really well. So yeah, it's just, that might be the difference here between the two teams after one half.
And with that half taken, 7-6, we're going to take a short break ourselves for half, and we'll be back with more action in the second half.
Brothers, my brothers all three up there. Yeah. They're all in college now. If I go on that side, yeah, here, I'm gonna come and celebrate to the camera for a score.
I can literally hear so much of your coaching over the years coming out my mouth as I say stuff in there.
We're back in. And a nice short half here. Richard and Felix having a little exchange as we go in our broadcast booth here. Those guys have worked together, understand each other's ethos and coaching philosophies, so lots to catch up on.
Yeah, well, Felix, when I first started playing Ultimate, was my first coach. So, yeah, he literally taught me the game for the first 2-3 years of playing. So, yeah, there's a lot I owe to Felix.
That's so awesome. I know Felix has done that for many, and so now I guess that was pretty... Let's have a look at this, because if it was simultaneous, it goes to the offense. And if it's not I mean, maybe Spain had it a millisecond first, I want to say, but no way they would be able to tell in the field. Simultaneous in real speed is about as well as you're going to decipher that one. Now that one squirts out and foul accepted.
Yeah, I think that was, for me, I think Poland were right to get the disc back.
Throw right away. The backhand finds the inside lane, and Poland put one on and tie things up 8-8. Oh, no. 7-7. Yeah, you're right. My bad. 7-7. I saw that it was 7-7 and assumed that the score was not put on yet, but it was. Our scorekeeper's really fast around here.
Yeah, that was a really nice point there from Poland in the end. Beautiful inside backhand break to the receiver in the end zone, taking advantage that it was only one player in the end zone there and just getting a quick goal before anyone can get through for a poach.
So Poland on their line, set to pull. Looks like Gorostica set for this pull. And that one will work for sure. Lands just about on the goal line, caught on the full. Navasa exchanges with her handler, and a nice bid underneath.
Yeah, that's the first sort of uncharacteristic turnover I think I've seen Spain make. That was a bit odd, but let's see what Poland could do here and to capitalise.
And there's the preservation of greatness. No capitalization available this time. They'll have to go again. Navasa on the pickup. Gets a nice free under and then sideline with room as well. Now they're room on every throw. Until that one, they're forcing it. The I love the speedy style, but it does get you a little bit ambitious for the next throw. That's the only thing wrong with that super quick offense.
Yeah, that was a little bit forced. I think the throw would have had to have been so good to thread it through that gap there, which is, again, like, that's odd for Spain because they were so good in the first half and they didn't take any of those. But yeah, maybe a bit of fatigue settling in already.
It could be, but they do generate, well, they do get the gift of the return turnover. The huck went about 4 or 5 meters beyond the next available receiver. So Spain again testing their mettle in front of an end zone. Over to the 13 shirt. And Fretinier goes to Navassa. In the calf sleeve, sends forward. And that looks good, as does that. Nice layout to pick it up. 2 hands, sure, as houses.
That was a lot better from Spain there. I mean, Poland were playing some really nice D, but they just got back into their flow of just hitting the open lady when they saw them. They moved the disc really well from side to side, and again, eventually it's so hard as a defender to keep track of where the disc is when you're moving the disc that well. So yeah, good point from Spain in the end.
Amazing stuff. 8-7, Spain are up. 36 minutes into a game that'll go to 50 minutes. We're going to keep Richard as long as we can, but we know he's got another game, so he's got his freedom to leave when necessary, but loving having him and his insights in the booth.
Yeah, it's good to be here. First time as well, so hopefully I'm not rambling on too much.
Well, we actually have my computer disconnected, so I can't check in the chats, but we'll check back on them, so feel free to let us know what you think of Richard's wonderful, in my opinion, commentary. Mine as well, but more what you think about the game, the production, everything. The chats are open channel. Just let us know how you're feeling, what you're doing, who you're cheering for, all that good stuff as we bring you the action from Copa Tanga.
There we go, Poland. Upwind.
Upwind chance. That one to Czebliczka. Czebliczka goes around, and you had a lot of tight ones here. Some gasps of relief coming out of Gash. And he but handles it after the Mac. Well, now into the middle. Czebliczka to the far sideline. Trying to get out of trouble here, mounting stall count, and does find the tiniest mailbox slot of a window to cash in for a goal and level things at 8. Couple snowmen on the board.
Yeah, that was a really good defensive point from Spain. They did a really good job to try and get a few times to get the disc trapped on that far sideline. Are we still on? Yeah. Yeah, they got it trapped on the far sideline a few times, and at that point, I think they just got to have that killer instinct to be able to like clamp down a little more to get the turnover. They came so close 3 times. I think I gasped every single time. Poland did so well to find. I imagine it must have been quite a high stall count as well to find the open player and get themselves out of that. So again, really good point from both teams. This has been a really good match.
It has been from the get-go. It's leveled up still. Never more than 2 points separation. Bunch of lead changes. Again, that's everything you want in a game. The tight finish is always key in what's most things that are considered a good game. But up until this point, 16 points in, it has all the makings of a great game. Great contest thus far. Low through, and not the fault of the layout, but does bounce off those hands. Now Poland going the other way, chance to break. The spin around by Marcelek and sent to goal, and through the hands though. And they'll have to try again, but Spain will get an offensive chance.
Yeah, again, that was really good defense from Spain there to force the sort of the long put, but Poland so close again to getting a break. Just need maybe a little bit more composure to just sort of trust your systems and find a reset there. But again, what a game.
We're in a banger here, and it's just about back up. Yes, it is on the front goal line. Navasa pops one over to the middle, right back to Navasa. Little hand in the middle. Wants an under, had to settle for the pop pass. Patino slams into that one and goes to the dump space a little bit nonchalantly. And here comes the big one. Definitely space and does catch up. Slides onto the tape and Patino's there to back it up. 9-8. Spain go back up a single.
Yeah, that's a great find there. Spain just lost their shape and structure a little bit, but I mean, what a great deep cut there from number 55 to just give her a get out, and again, like perfect throw into space. That was really good for Spain.
And you gotta love the cool head by 55. Sometimes you get ahead of yourself and you really want to milk those in. You want to work the long jump and you forget the most important part of just making the catch. And you know, she did not score the goal. It did not matter. She did get the assist, but that wouldn't have mattered either. She maintained possession and kept her concentration on a big throw there.
Again, like another huge point. It's so nip and tuck. It really is. I mean, this is going to go. It's going to go all the way.
It's going all the way. You heard it here first. 9-8 for Spain. Where Richard is off and running. Our big thank you very much, Richard. Come back anytime. Thanks for your words and wisdom.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you.
So we'll get more on Richard later. We'll get caught up on how he did. But otherwise, great having him in here, and I'll be with you for the tail end of this baby. Dida sends, and it's knocked away. And a chance for Spain to go up two. We haven't had a 2-point lead in quite some time. And swiping. There's the throw. Patino can't get there. It's knocked away. Here it is again, and both teams forcing it just a little bit. Sent deep and intercept. Fired to the middle and a near interception, but another catch at the same time as one another. And now in the hands of the Australia jersey. Patino leads and finds the 84 shirt, and Spain take a 2-point lead late in this one, 43.5 minutes in. And Poland, couple completions, take a lot of meters. Sent, fired, and taken a line and in. And they're able to respond after a bit of separation from Spain. Poland are back, 9-10. And here's the throw. Spain with a 1-point lead and the disc. Low throw, connection. 73. Gets a move out of Navasa. Led into the 13 shirt. The lefty gives the backhand and the goal. And Spain go up 11-9 late in the contest. Poland from the brick mark off the pole to the sideline, waits for an adjustment and gets it towards the far sideline, sent deep and hits for a goal. 10-9. Poland tidying things up and staying in this one. Navasa will bring the disc to the brick mark. And centered, and Navasa up to the 22 shirt. Cristina Navasa. Led and put down the foot for the goal. That's 12-10. Time close to expiration here. And Spain find their way to game point. And that pull goes out and will be fetched by Gorosica. And here they come. Couple swipes. Rudy, and the dump goes too deep, and now a super short field and a chance to win the game for Spain. Dump back. Upline cut. Navasa leads, caught on the line, and leads in for the goal. And Spain managed to weather the Polish storm and find the final goal, winning by 3, 13-10. What a wonderful match from beginning to end. Next up, of course, is the last game of the day, and we'll see Bling taking on Blue Tractor. You're not going to want to miss that one. Bling, while they've got a lot of bling on that roster, I'll tell you that right now. I helped pick them, so I'm telling you, from the horse's mouth, this is one you're going to want to watch. So for Richard Gash Harris, who left us but joined us for most of that game, I've been Stefan Rabazzo. Thank you for joining us. We'll catch you next time.
Thank you. Thanks.
Yeah, ultimate.
ULTI.TV.
I wanna be young, I wanna be alive. Everybody dance, don't stop. I just need a minute to find out what I'm feeling, cause I'm about to go nuts. And my team is trying to say what's up. I've been waiting for this my whole life. Wanna do it again 3, 4 times, cause it's better than a dream highway with young Lee. I will never get enough. So what a nice surprise. You're all I ever had in mind. I'm happy in the sky, a big case of desire. I will never say goodbye. That's right. That's right. That's right. I wanna be young. Wanna be young. Tell everybody to pull up. There's a party, we can go all night. I will show you how to run the red lights. If you wanna, you can call me mine.